When I think about my family, do you know what I think? I think about my parents who gave and still give everything they got and what they don't to my siblings and I. I think about how my big brother takes care of me all the time, although sometimes it could be annoying for him. I think about all those moments that I was feeling down or without an answer, they were there for me. And as they were giving me advice, support, or just an ear to lend, I was standing there just hoping one day I could do the same for them. My family is the best, but for starters, my mom is 54 years old and my dad is 5 years younger than her. I have four siblings, one brother who is older than me, just for 4 years, and three sisters. The oldest being 34 years old, and the other two, from the oldest to the youngest, 31 years old and 25 years respectively. As to the appearance of them, my dad is 5 feet and 5 inches, and my mom is 1 inch shorter than him. My brother has curly hair, while I have it straight. Besides that, we're practically the same height. As a story involving us as a family goes, there is this one time we were on a picnic with my brother and parents. The thing is that after we were done with the picnic, the night was just around the corner, so we decided to stop in a motel nearby. Once we did all the paperwork, we got ready to sleep. But as we were falling asleep, we heard the sound. Like a really loud sound, similar to when a pan that fell from a distance touches the ground. It is noteworthy that in the room there was a kitchen for us to cook if we wanted to. So we immediately got up to see what was happening, only to see a glass that was sitting above the dishwasher fall off to the ground. Honestly, no one in my family is really superstitious, and because the windows were open all the time and nothing like that happened again, we didn't think it was a supernatural thing or something like that. So we went back to sleep. I remember that night I had a nightmare in which a big dog-like animal, really furry and with feathers all over his body, entered the room while I was sleeping. And slowly but surely started to approach me. Of course, as in any nightmare, I couldn't move. I wasn't able to move, only able to see how the thing started to get close to me. And when it was above me, I could feel saliva dropping on my face. And I remember it had fangs like knives. Thankfully, I woke up rapidly to the sound of birds singing. And a few hours later, after breakfast and in our way back home, I decided to tell my family about this weird nightmare, whose response surprisingly seemed more confusing and weirder than the nightmare itself. First, my brother told me he dreamed the same thing. The only difference being that whatever that thing was approached him instead of me. And of course, at first I didn't believe him. I mean, I thought I wasn't only one of his jokes. He always messes with me with this kind of thing. But when my mother and father said at the same time, "Wait, I dreamed the same thing," I couldn't be more stunned. Obviously, it could be that they were continuing the joke my brother started, but when they started to describe the specific characteristics about the monster, which I never mentioned, I was convinced that they were not lying. I mean, how could they know? They were creative, but how could they create such valid and true statements about the thing? And in such short notice? That is something that until this day I cannot forget.